Must you read every law-forsaken sign in the building?
Some of us enjoy learning things.
Oh, yeah? And what did you learn about armor 2 hours ago?
Memorizing is about absorbing. Okay?
Whoa, you scared the daylights out of me. Don't sneak up on a fella like that. Say, you wouldn't happen to be the inspector investigating Halcyon Helen's murder. You look like you might fit the bill. Hey, I got it right. You must be a real top runner to be in charge of a case like this. Oh, wait, that's why you're talking to me. I'll help however I can. Ooh, this is my Terra Ray Grounder. Once it's working, it'll zap those winged sprats right out of the sky. Get it? Electricity, grounding. Not yet. I'm missing a few parts before I can power it up. Actually, you seem capable, and I need some help getting those parts I'm missing. I can make it worth your while.
This fella sounds way too happy at the thought of killing terror rays. You think we should trust him?
I promise, it's perfectly humane. Their skin will be fried off their bones before they can feel a thing. I've got an incomplete list here, but I'm a tad on the scatterbrain side. You mind taking a look at my terminal to certify I ain't forgetting anything? I know, but trust me, once I've got everything, I can build a zap trap that'll keep those disgusting things out of the engine. I hate to admit it, but terror rays give me the heebie-jeebies, and most of the parts I need are surrounded by them. Ah, it's their weird eyes, their horrible little mouths, the fleshy sound their wings make. Look, I don't even want to think about it. Let's just focus on what we need to kill them. I've got an incomplete list here, but I'm a tad on the scatterbrain side. Thanks. I'll start working these things into my machine. Come back when you found the rest, and we can get to terror ray burning.
Happy customers or repeat customers?
Greeting protocols initiating. Greeting protocols cancelled. Phaeton cannot extend pre-programmed pleasantries at this time. Error. Phaeton requires an attitude adjustment. Affirmative.
If Phaeton's internal gyroscope's off-center, it's gonna spell trouble for the whole complex.
Affirmative. Gyroscopic misalignment creates an increasing likelihood of a critical flight path error. Possible outcomes include steering the Eridanos atmospheric complex into a storm, resulting in the destruction of the Eridanos atmospheric complex. Steering the Eridanos atmospheric complex into a lower altitude, resulting in the extreme compression of the Eridanos atmospheric complex. Response. Entropy is the eventual end state of all matter in the universe. Error. Phaeton is unable to determine the likelihood of imminent catastrophe without gyroscopic realignment. Clarification of clarification. Phaeton must be realigned with the ship's internal gyroscope in order to calculate a flight path with an acceptably low margin of error.
Attitude means the orientation of a spacecraft relative to the horizon. In other words, the complex has to maintain a constant attitude and heading, or we could all, well, crash.
Assessment confirmed. To achieve attitude adjustment, acquire the gyroscopic alignment key, or GAC, and convey it to the gyroscope management terminal in engineering. Utilize the GAC to interface with the gyroscope management terminal and execute the gyroscopic axial realignment procedure. This will achieve an attitude adjustment. Affirmative.
After all this time in Halcyon, you still have to ask.
Captain Mabel Thompson is scheduled to perform routine realignment. Error. Captain Mabel Thompson is overdue to perform routine realignment. Error. Phaeton cannot determine the whereabouts of Captain Mabel Thompson without gyroscopic realignment. Rizos thanks you in advance for your assistance. Please note that Rizos does not pay for uncontracted labor, but a member of HR will issue a favorable remark on your permanent record. Access to engineering levels granted.
You're back! Any luck finding what we need for the Terra Ray grounder? Excellent! I should finally be able to get this thing working. Here, take this. It's the least I can do for all your help against those leathery abominations. Oh wait, there's one more thing. You don't happen to have a pinwheel, do you? Exactly. Wow, you really are thorough, Inspector. Here's your pay for helping me put the finishing touches on this thing. Me too. And if a few other bits keeps it safe, they're yours. Thanks again for your help, Inspector.
All right, I'm on the move.
All right, I'm on my way. You'll have to show me how to do that.
Great work.
Here they come. Feels good. I just wanted to make you smile. I'm on it. You are.
Got 'em all. Oh, clever.
Well done.
Sure thing. In a jiff.
Easy does it.
don't know who you think you are, but I'm the captain of this vessel.
You're the captain. Are you on break or something?
And as the captain, I specifically recall locking this door. And I do not recall giving anyone permission to unlock it. I'm not hiding. I'm waiting for a strategic opportunity to evade the Canid threat. But now that you've found me, I suppose you can help me take care of this mess once and for all. The monstrous Canids. And the fact that I've, strategically delayed critical maintenance on Phaeton, our astrogator.
You don't want to neglect your astrogator like that. If I don't maintain Ada's systems, there's a good chance the ship will drop out of the atmosphere.
You know what? Let's focus on the solution. I'm a woman of deeds, not words. Meet me above the gyroscope. I think I know a way to take care of these monsters once and for all. I can't say. Prior operational experience has disinclined me from sharing my plans too early lest a subordinate criticize them. But I assure you, my idea is brilliant.
The likelihood of that is quite low.
Once we're there, I can deal with the Canids and realign Phaeton, thus saving the day. You could take the ramp up from here. It might help you avoid some of the automechanicals. See you at the gyroscope.
Sure.
Here's a little trick I learned in prison.
Sure. Coming back.
confession now.
That's the last.
Nice.
For me.
Go.
Here I go!
Your life was merely an illusion anyway.
That's the last of them!
What do you think you're doing?
Do what you want, I guess.
Incoming!
I don't want to die. You made it! And in one piece, too! Surprised? I'm not surprised. It's just that Rizzo's doesn't always hire the most qualified people for the job, you know? My thoughts exactly. Time we dealt with these canids once and for all. I can overheat some of the pipes to roast those monsters where they stand. What do you say? What? Like, knock them out? And muzzle them and get them back to their kennels?
That's a great idea! I don't see why we gotta kill canids every time we land somewhere new.
Why in law's name would we do that? That's an excellent point. You might have just earned me a promotion, friend. Okay, here goes. Oh, and one more thing. I was thinking, once I'm finished, you should be the one to realign Phaeton, since you've been such great moral support. Nicely done. Someone should really give you a promotion.
Greeting protocols suspended. Gyroscopic alignment confirmed. Rizos thanks you for your assistance. All systems are functional.
Why'd Helen have to go and die in our hotel? We don't need that kind of notoriety.
Inspector, you're early. Awfully sorry about this, but I'm afraid I can't let you into the spaceport at the moment. We're shipping out some contraband goods, and I can't risk an inspector as an eyewitness. You'll have to come back later. Because I just told you we're moving contraband. You might inspect Purpleberry Orchards while Slug finishes up. We should have the spaceport ready for you by the time you're done.
Be thankful the whole place doesn't smell this bad. It's surprising this pool is the only thing in such a state around here, considering how the elite usually comport themselves.
Hello? Did you hear me before? The pool plaza's closed.
Oh, you're that inspector. Right. Sorry, but the pool's currently closed on account of it stinking worse than my boss. What can I do for you? Space me if I knew. I got here for my shift this morning and found it this way. They can't yell at me for this one, which is good, because a lot of folks seem upset by it. Gee, you're pretty sharp. Yeah, the reception party would have extended out here, but we had to close it off. What with the contamination. And now the reception ain't happening anyway. Can't do much now but wait for the stench to wear off. We found the individual hired to clean face down in a puddle of his own spit in the orchards. Guess he won't be helping. Look, I call it how I see it. They found the poor slackwit alongside syringes enough to put down a herd of mantisaurs. His family will have to be fined. Rizzo should have been more careful about who they hired. They're lucky nothing got permanently damaged. All right. You may want to visit the sun parlor. That's where that Rizzo's fool mixed the chemicals he used. Oh, and you can talk to Lily, my boss. She probably has some great advice. I saw her walk toward the bridge to the Purpleberry Orchards earlier. Reckon she's still there. Now, anything else I can do for you? So long as you don't want to go in, I can answer anything you like. Yeah, it's part of the job. I think I'm listed as a security consultant. But all that really means is that if I'm caught without this thing, I get put on pool guard duty. I don't know what happens if I'm caught without it on pool guard duty, but I know that I don't want to find out. Yep, still dead. Usually Rizzo's is pretty good at making sure the people they hire ain't got tripicale for brains, but that fella clearly wasn't worth trusting. I met him briefly once. Seemed level-headed enough, but that must have been just a front. Otherwise, he wouldn't have made such a mess of things. Sounds good to me.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis reveals the chemical signature of this compound is 80% semblant of fertilizer used in the Purpleberry Orchards. The other 20% is semblant of pool water.
sudden death knockout court? Surprised the Byzantines fancy this. We played it on a rudimentary court in prison. Sudden death being more literal than euphemistic.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch, Triple Flakes, and Purple Berry flavored Power Nuggets, now with 12% more crunch.
No, I ain't. What the hell? Yes, I am supposed to be here. No, I don't think the waiter is coming back with our drinks. Might be my fault.
Easy.
Rizzo Spectrum Vodka. Aftertaste the rainbow.
Why'd Helen have to go and die in our hotel? We don't need that kind of notoriety.
Life was merely an illusion anyway.
Don't this hotel have a policy on animals? real pretty up here. Almost like they cut out a piece of Terra 2 and brought it up to the sky.
It really is stunning.
I told you, didn't I? The view's fit to stop one's heart. Really.
Are you enjoying the amenities?
Death was the worst part.
I saw you meander on out of the pool and into the greenhouse. Now you're here. Does that mean what I think it means? Good. If you're interested in burying the pool, I'm interested in paying you. Maybe not. Maybe I just want Rizzo's working relationship with Slug to implode for the benefit of Spacer's Choice. But you're right, it ain't high profile. And it ain't gotta be. Any damage to Rizzo's is cause for celebration. You ain't gotta concern yourself with my spite. Consider me an average Byzantine, and I'll consider you an average contractor. That's great to hear. Or grand, as the Byzantines are so fond of saying. Not that I ain't one. There's a chemical mixing machine in the greenhouse that has more than a few volatile chemicals. Mix them and render that pool unusable. Anything that ain't a cleaner should do. Dump the mix into the pool, then find somebody in Slug and tell them you did it for Rizzo's. That'll get those damn bastards into some red water. They're getting a tad too cozy with your friendly neighborhood slugs. We don't want either gaining power on the board. Easier to do so if their alliance ain't so sweet anymore. Personally, I don't think we're going far enough. Rizzo's is all smiling gun hands and uppity scientists. Wouldn't mind bringing them down with some well-placed bullets, but if you're worried about this hurting your relationship with Slug, I wouldn't. The guard's thicker than the shit in that pool. Tell him you're with Rizzo's and he won't question it. This here's a messy business, friend. And when it comes to messy businesses, the rule's always the same. Don't get too curious, whether it's about Saltuna additives or espionage. Spacer's Choice didn't ruin anything. Rizzo's did. And ain't that a coincidence? But it's also gonna be Rizzo's that permanently puts that pool out of commission. Dandy. Come on back once you've done your deed.
I welcome our opportunity to discover who killed Miss Bellamy, but I fear the common serial theme of inspectors meting out justice is as flimsy as their unconvincing storylines. I find myself marveling at the complex simplicity of the Fibonacci spiral. I'm sure you know what that's like. Something vexing you, Captain? I wouldn't say my parents disowned me, strictly speaking. But before they died, they accused me of thoughtlessly abandoning them. I couldn't understand it. I was only trying to make them proud by becoming a better vessel for the plan, to feel the joy they felt. I was so certain my potential was wasted as a laborer, and was willing to risk everything just to prove to them that they were wrong. I was lost, misguided.
I can't believe Miss Helen's gone. Feels like it's going against the laws of nature somehow. I used to watch Helen's serials. She'd fall into mortal peril every couple episodes, but she always lived in the end. Breathtaking. Have you looked over the edge of the complex yet? Just watch the clouds turning? It's like an ocean without end. Eridanos and Olympus are the two biggest planets in Halcyon. King and Queen of the sky. Looking out to the horizon, I get this feeling that we're in the company of royalty. Eridanos is 100 times the mass of Terra 2, 800 times the volume, 10 times the diameter. We're flying through the tiniest layer of habitable atmosphere. Sometimes I can't believe how small my world used to be. My horizons were about as wide as the walls of Edgewater. I'm glad you landed in the Vale. Even if you did land right on top of Captain Hawthorne. You know what? I'm spoiling the moment. Let's get back to it. Yeah? I mean, what do you need? Captain? Mr. Sir?
Did you hear that someone tore one of the doors?
You know, I don't remember the pool making those sizzling noises before. Something happened? You what? Why would Rizzos do something like that? Well, if you think the admin ain't gonna hear about what Rizzos did here, you better think again. You'll rue the day you ruin my pool. I swear it.
Pool's nothing but an acrid mess of concrete, I hear. Hope I'll hear the sound of Rizzo's heads hitting the floor next. Glad you got something out of it. All I ever feel is a dull ache in my chest. Here's your pay. Spacer's Choice thanks you for your contributions to future profits.
I hope the murderer is... But we're in the middle of a lockdown. No one's supposed to be coming or going. And when I can't get a hold of anyone in the orchards, I can't make sure of that, can I?
No, Miss Vargas. Sorry, I'll work on getting a hold of someone.
Great, you do that. I'll be waiting right here. Swear to the architect, Matthias, if you've lost your rifle's ionization coil again. Oh, wait, you ain't part of my crew. What do you want? An idiot. I suspect he's avoiding me, actually, which is the first smart thing he's done all month. Sorry, but do you need something? Between the landing pad, lockdowns, gate closures, and constant questions from angry guests, I've got a lot on my plate. And if that don't beat all, one of my crew is AWOL. If you're serious, I'd appreciate the help. He's been missing a few days, and we're low on staff as it is. The missing crew member's Evan O'Connell. He's one of about 2 slug agents I can trust with more complex tasks than stand here and look tough. Friendly type. Well-behaved, followed orders. Anyone else, I'd think they got drunk and fell asleep in a ditch somewhere, but O'Connell's not really the type. He was last stationed at the Wilderness checkpoint. I'd search there first. Inspector. Nah, I only manage operations around the hotel. Cedric does most of the maneuvering for Eridanos proper. I don't envy him. The only thing worse than babysitting a couple of hot-headed, overgrown children would be babysitting the entire lot of them. Oh, thank the law you're here about the pool. That crucial thing that isn't my job to fix, and that, as such, I don't care about. If you want advice, here it is. Don't talk to that imbecile ever again. Even by my crew's standards, he's duller than a telescoping staff. I put him on pool duty to keep him away from me, and now he's up my ass more than ever. How hard could it possibly be to guard a void-damned pool? Situation's a little more complicated than you think. Suffice it to say, I'm not inclined to question Slug's place for me anytime soon. I feel like our relationship would be more copacetic if you dropped this line of questioning. Oh, good. And here I was thinking that today was going along too smoothly. I might have used to work for Auntie Cleo. Might have been security manager of a small pharmaceutical lab. After workplace spat number 175, I decided to defect. Defection isn't taken lightly. Can't go back, so now I'm Slug for life.